Hello!
Hello.
Hello!
Hello.
Hello!
Hello, YouTube.
And today we're going to be teaching you how to build a green screen in Garry's mod.
With me, Lewis.
And me, Alex.
So I'm actually going to be learning this today because I'm a Garry's mod noob and I've never done this before.
Yes, so I'm going to be teaching you through some of the basics of Garry's mod and also how to do this from scratch. So the first thing you need to do is you need to press and hold Q. That'll bring up the item menu. If you've never seen that before, then this is where you spawn all your stuff. So we're going to have over to this tab here. So this is under spawn lists, then under builder, general here. Then we're going to scroll down and we're going to find the column on the far right, and it's the 6th one up from there. So it's this one right here. I'm going to spawn that in. So it's this this massive plate thing. So if we hold this up and then we press E, we can move it around like so. And I'm just going to plop it on the floor so it's nice and stationary. Now if you want to keep this in place just temporarily, what you can do is you press the right mouse button. Oh, hang on. You gotta be quick when you do it. So just put it on the floor properly, and right mouse, there you go, nice and secure now. So now we need to give it a particular material that we're going to use for the green screen. So we're going to head over here into the Q menu and scroll down until we find under render, this tab here, under tools down here. I'm going to find the material, and then we're going to head over to the second one here. This is the second white material, so this is the 7th one down. And I'm going to give that the material. Then what we're going to do is we're going to head over down to color. Going to pick a nice green cursor. This one here will do fine. Make sure it's nice and bright. Color that like that, and boom, you have a green screen. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes once I have completed the rest of the green screen, and it'll be fairly simple on how you
So
can
are we gonna make a cage with this, like, effectively?
Yeah, kind of like a little box type thing. I'll show you in just a moment when I've built it. Okay, so I've built it, I've put it together, and this is our Garry's mod green screen. Now, you can probably notice there's a slight colour difference here. I'll get onto that in the video editing software later. But just move back a little bit so you can see what it looks like properly. And it's kind of like a green box we put together. So basically all I did for this is I've taken the same thing as we had before. So this one green wall, press and hold Q. And if we go over to the duplicator under construction, click on that. This is basically copy and paste with Garry's mod. So if you right click on the first item, so for example this one, I'll come over and paste it, and then left click to paste it, and it'll paste a new one in there. And I'm going to undo this by pressing Z, and boom, you're done. We've got a green screen now, and we'll put a few items in front of it and we can test it out. Okay, so we've built our rather terrible contraption. So this is kind of our news desk, and we'll be adding a news background in afterwards. Now, some of you may be thinking, well, the floor is still concrete. Well, yes, it is, and if you want to, you can tinker about and add another one of these panels on the floor if you want, and you can also make the floor green so it'll key out with the background. Although you do have some background trouble sometimes when adding a floor in, so you have to do a bit more research into that yourself. One last little thing you can try as well is you can add in a camera. Now, a camera will get rid of anything else that's on the screen, like your health or your physics gun or whatever, and it will give you a much better filming experience. So if we go into the Q menu and under render, under tools, you might have to scroll down a bit, you can find camera. Now, like it says in the information bar in the top left hand corner, it says left click to place a camera and right click to place one that looks at you. Okay, so we've placed the camera down. If you press the number pad key, it'll then take you to camera view and you can have a full screen shot, which is a good way to film. Now, just to let you know, you will have to record this beforehand. It won't work in game. So we're now going to jump straight into the video editing software. I'm going to show you how to make this a green screen properly. Okay, so we're now in Premiere Pro where we're going to be adding our green screen effects. So what I've done is I've imported this footage that we've recorded for our green screen into the project panel here, and I'm now going to drag and drop it over the timeline to start editing this. Now we're going to be doing this in Premiere Pro, obviously. However, there are other video editing softwares you can use, and there's a slightly different process for each of them. So I'd recommend just looking on YouTube, whatever the video software is, and then green screen, and I'll tell you how to do it there. But today we're going to be learning on Premiere Pro. So I've imported this into the timeline, so we just want to click on the clip here in the timeline, And then in the effects controls panel, so it should already be here, click on effects controls and select the clip. It'll pop up here with all the effects you've got. Now we're going to add a green screen effect, so we can head over to the effects tab, search for Ultra Key, which is what we're going to be using for keying out the green screen so we can put a background on top of it. So just go drag and drop that onto the effects control panel. Let's find a point where the green screen starts. So what I've done here is I've just trimmed it down so we've got the bit with our green screen. Now the first thing I want to do is when we've applied the Ultra Key to our effects, we're going to take this little eyedropper here next to key color, click on that and then click on the green color over here. Now there might be multiple color, slight color differences on your footage, and we'll get on to fixing that in just a moment. So we're going to get rid of this color here. Now it might look like it's completely got rid of it because it's black at the moment right now, but you can't be too sure about that. So what you're going to do is we're going to go on to output, so under output here, on the drop down menu, switch to the alpha channel. This was so that the Ultra Key is getting rid of. Now at the moment it's doing a pretty good job, however, if there is a second color and you're still getting some white over here, what I'd recommend doing is just collapse down the Ultra Key, and we're going to drop another Ultra Key on top of this, and then again get the eyedropper and then click on the second color that you want to get rid of, and then that will also get rid of that second color. But for me it's worked nicely, so you might have to have a bit of tinkering around with it, but it does work. And then you have your nice key. So we're now going to add a background and see how it looks. Okay, so what I've done is in the project panel I've just added a quick background for us to use. So I'm just going to plop that onto the timeline around about here-ish. So this layer here needs to be on top of the background layer. So I'm just going to move that up, make the background layer a little bit bigger, drag them all down so it's all in line. And then as you can see, obviously normally it'd be stationary if you had a camera, but as you can see it does actually work as a green screen. So just as long as you have it stationary, it should be fine. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode, guys. Please leave a like if you liked it and a comment if you want to say something about our video. So from me, Alex,
and me, Lewis,
it's bye from us.